Awesome. All right. Well, let's kick it off like we like to do every week with tell me something good. Here, I changed it. Well, I took the lady off. Some people were offended by it. Yeah. And where did they go? Where's the tell me something good lady?
I have faith in you, Johnny.
Oh, well, you're the only one at this point. All right. All right. Well, let's tell me something good. No music today. Sorry. There you go. I got 3 people to laugh. Susan, I know you got to tell me something good. You got a listing, right? Go ahead, stand up. We can't see on the screen.
My contingent deal got an offer on today. I'm excited.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. All right, online, if you got something, go ahead and unmute and shout it out in the room. We got, okay.
You know, I always have something.
Let's go, Barry.
We had, I put my, apartment building in contract, so.
Cindy.
So in the last 5 days, I closed $2.6 million in houses. And 2 of them were 3 contingencies deep, so I feel
All right. And then Valerie, I know you have to tell me something good, just those freaking dumpster fire deals. So anybody else have deals that are dumpster fires lately besides Cindy and Valerie, right? So like there's been tears, there's been moments, but it looks like they're gonna close, right? It's in Granite City.
I've sold so many, I'll tell you all the sites and you get a offer like that. There's one. Oh, do they not own the land? No.
So
Is it a, where's it located?
super nice location. It's just really tiny, 300 square feet.
Perfect.
Anyways, lots of wins, lots of wins. Anybody online have anything they want to share? Oh, Mariah, what do you got?
Yeah, so I had an open house this last weekend in Folsom. I canvassed 100 homes a couple days before, just kind of inviting the neighbors. And one of the neighbors is moving to Tennessee and wants to list their home. So we met with a stager today, and then we're putting it on the market in a week.
Wow. Round of applause. All right, what's that house gonna list for?
We are thinking 825.
825. Wow. I'm not good at math. What is that? About 18,000 bucks?
Higher. If you do it at 6%, you keep 3.5%, it's gonna be more like probably 25 to 26,000.
You're a high paid door knocker, right? We can all knock some doors, right? Like that's totally doable, but she knocked 100. She didn't knock 5. She didn't do 5 and 5 or 10. She knocked 100, right? So anyways, there's wins out there. And you were asking me about if open houses were, it's not really open house, but shoot, she got something out of the open house, right?
The open house is more if you put the open house.
That's fair.
Oh, look at you, Confucius says. Oh, there's good one, Barry.
So, what we got? What we got? Do we have a lender in the room? Oh, Paul, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'll just.
Oh, well, there you go. Round of applause.
Last week's meeting, I called all my listings and said, hey, find out if your loan's assumable. Found out that my Lincoln listing, we dropped it 15,000, but found out that their loan is assumable at 2.875% interest rate.
Wow.
So with that on there, so I've started having other realtors go, what? Explain that to me. Because of course the other realtors are like, well, what does that mean? Because they don't get it. They just see the 2.5. Because I did, of course, put in the very first in the MLS, like the very first line now. So hopefully that'll help. And I do have one more off market horse ranch property.
What's the
that's
price on
getting
that one in Lincoln?
709.
709.
And then I have an off-market listing that we took off while the road was getting paved, and a realtor called me and asked to show it, so that's getting shown tomorrow. So crossing
Awesome.
fingers, that'd be amazing if it sold.
Some movement on some properties.
Yep,
we go.
that'd be awesome. So
All right. And then Want to throw out some intros. I see some new faces. I know we got Chad right here. He's a good friend of mine, a financial advisor, and he's here to learn about social media. So where's Monica? He is here to meet with you, Monica. So, and then who else we got? I think we also have Liz. Liz is sitting next to Mr. Rodney. Liz is a lender as well, right? And you do reverse mortgages, your
Correct,
specialty.
especially the pension. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, fun group, fun group. Mr. Rodney Rose, stand up. What do we got for the lender market update?
Good morning, everybody. The market is still very volatile. Rates, like, yeah, they're amazing to see, I guess, is the best way to say it. Yeah. I mean, every day, the rates are going up and down throughout the day, so make sure you get a time on the pre-approval, you know, if you're getting that kind of thing, and get a range. I really like to prefer doing approved for this payment, because the payment's gonna stick, right? But that, the amount of the loan will change based on the rate. So that is kind of something that maybe start focusing in on. My rate sheet this morning for conventional went from 5.5 on the low side to 8.125.
Wow.
Right? So that's the first time we've cracked over 8. That obviously is for someone, FICO based and LTV based, it's gonna, you know, determine how much, you know, the rates are. Most of the rates are about, I would say, just over 7, about 7.25, 20% down, 740 FICO on a purchase. Refinance rates are always a little bit higher than the purchase. So I still am a big proponent of the temporary buy down scenario, where you could save your borrower $800 a month on a 1-year plan. But Fannie Mae is still pushing out that, you know, they anticipate rates to drop down for an average next year, which is mind boggling, where we are right now, to be at 4.5%, right? So if you apply this strategy, it's a triple win for everybody. It stabilizes the market. You're not asking for a big price reduction. You take that reduction amount, you put it into the loan, and then you have stable comps, and the borrower's going to get, the buyer's going to get a huge price savings, and then be able to refinance it out maybe in 6 or 9 months, somewhere down that time frame. Rate forecast wise, I don't see anything drastically changing until we get retail sales figures for Christmas time, which is not far away. Right, that's about 50% of the retailer's business comes in that into the year, and the Fed chairman is just like, he can't see anything but inflation. He's got blinders on to everything else, and he wants to make sure inflation is not, you know, it is going down. And the big problems we have right there are unemployment. Unemployment typically, once you get below 5% historically, is an inflationary situation. So we are still in the low 3s, like 3.5, 3.25, as far as inflation goes. Unemployment goes. So we need, unfortunately, to get more unemployment. The weird part, the economy is going on because everything is so inflated right now that people, the reports I'm reading, are taking second jobs even right now. So literally the unemployment situation is going to happen. Oil is a big deal. That's starting to fall down a little bit because everything is driven, you know, or made a lot of products with oil, and that's inflationary. So we got to watch the inflation and make sure that will be your clue. But the big key is right now, retail signs are weak. So that's, as bad as that sounds, that's good for the mortgage side of things. But the retail side for Christmas, I think he hasn't announced that, as just my, you know, interpretation of everything. That once we're either going to wait till January when the retail side, depending on the initial sales reports for retail. If they're strong, that's not going to be good for rates in the short term, but in the long term, the recession, everyone knows we're there. And once we enter in recession, usually they start softening rates to bring us out of that. So, you know, the 4.5 average, when you take that into consideration for next year, and that's Fannie Mae's own projection, is crazy, because we're not going to be in the 5s even probably in January. We'd be fortunate if we are. So if we're going to average 4.5, we're definitely going to be in the 3s at some point next year. So, you know, get everybody ready. Don't have them wait to the last minute, because what's going to happen as soon as that rates start dropping, people are going to get off the fence. They're going to start wanting to buy. You got multiple offers, prices are going up. And so get them ahead of it. Buy today, refi later.
Exactly.
You know, and take advantage of that. Use the strategies with the temporary buy downs or other scenarios that might make it. There's tons of down payment assistance. Tons of down payment assistance. no money downs all over the place.
Speaking of that, didn't Cal HFA, are they allowing you to use, what was it we learned? Right, to do the
Rate,
one?
they're allowed to do rate buy downs. They also have a 10% gift, right? Up to, I think it's $40,000 that on the purchase where they can, your borrower can get that. There's qualifications and into that details. But yeah, there's a ton. If someone wants to buy a house, they can buy a house. It's out there, even though rates are up. They have to qualify today's rates, but there's a lot of creativity and structures and that can be applied to get them into the home.
Absolutely, yeah. So if your buyers were missing out on the crazy time of last year, or earlier this year even, now's the time for them to get in a home and get in with very little money down, right? Get lots of credits, lots of repairs, a lot of opportunities.
And then I'm gonna post some stuff on the team page, on the Facebook page as well, just this, some of this stuff.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Some charts, graphs, and stuff that you can use with your clients to make them satisfied. It's not just you telling them, hey, rates are gonna be great tomorrow, buy today. You know, so that way, hopefully that helps you as well. And if you want to get a hold of me, my cell phone, probably 916-223-2775 is my cell. You can call or text. That's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Okay, Gerald, got it. All right. Upcoming events. There's two things I wanted to make sure that we're all in the know about. One is obviously we got the business planning event. The speaker has changed. Sorry, I got like so many. Should have just gone to the Brent Gove page. My bad. Anyways, if you want to register for the business planning event, it's right there. The speaker has changed though, and it is speaker. She recruited over 300 agents in 5 years in North Dakota, of all places. I think it was North Dakota, in a town of 100,000 people. And so she knows a little bit about not only like growing a real estate business, but helping agents be successful, right? You think you would have 300 agents in your office if you weren't helping those 300 agents be successful? And so, yeah, 5 years, market around 180,000 people. Sorry. She's passionate about helping others, and she has a Peloton. So anyways, if you, Stacy Peterson, that's the name. So Stacy Peterson, it's free, November 17th, 9 to noon at PCAR. So make sure you and a guest are registered for that event. And then also next week, just so you know what's coming next week, we're going to have Paul Frank, he's a commercial real estate agent, and he's going to be speaking on how to expand your business using commercial real estate. So after next Thursday's meeting, everybody that attends will have a partner in commercial real estate. So if you come up on a commercial deal, you can say with confidence, you met this guy, you interviewed this person, that you have a partner in commercial real estate. So don't miss next week's meeting.
He's got a good reputation too.
Good reputation. Brent endorses him, so that's good enough for me. With that, we come to the main event for today. We got Cindy Silva and Monica Larson speaking on social media. So come up to the front of the room, ladies. Give a round of applause.
Yay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're more even. I'm being blinded. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to bring in Monica to share with you guys. How I actually met Monica, to kind of start off, is I had a really good friend named Molly Teams, and she is a realtor in this local area. And her social media was always off the hook. And I was like, how do you come up with this idea? And she's like, you just copy and follow everyone. And I was like, well, who do you copy and follow? And Monica was one of them. Little did I know she's local to our area. So I immediately called her and got in contact with her because I don't know how much time you guys spend, but I was spending on average about 2 hours a day on my social media. And it took me that long to come up with the posts, to record them. I'd rewrite my content like 100 times because I was never happy with it. And then I realized when I started taking into consideration how much time I was wasting, it was way cheaper to hire someone to help me than actually do it myself and help teach me actually how it goes. For myself, you know, I'm older. I went to college on a word processor. There was no internet. So for me, social media has never really been my thing. It is something I've always had a passion, but don't really have the time to learn it. So that's where Monica came in. So I have a question before we start is, okay, if you guys could raise your hand so I could kind of get a feel of the room, how many in this room have Facebook? Yay. How many have Instagram? Perfect. How many have TikTok? Okay. And how many have Snapchat?
Oh, don't use it.
Okay. Okay. So the great thing, you guys, is just to start off, is you don't have to be a pro at all of them. You're only especially actually supposed to be an expertise in one of those platforms. So I think a lot of people are getting thrown off right now that they think, oh my God, I need to do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. You actually don't have to do that. You should actually be a professional on one of them. And that's what people are going to follow you on, that one, because they know you're really good at it. When you spread it out, you're actually spreading your views out a little bit less, because you might not get as many hits on it because they're going to different sites to see that video. So I want to go ahead and start off with you, because I'm sure you have more important stuff to say.
Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me. I'm nervous. I haven't been in front of this group of people since before the pandemic. So
You got
bear with me.
You got it, you got You're in the great.
Yeah, so I'm a social media manager, strategist, consultant, do reels sessions with people. And I have been doing it almost worse before I was in the biotech industry, commuting from South San Francisco every day. And that just, as you can imagine, was exhausting. So I kind of just fell into this field. I won't go into the details, but it just naturally happened. And I have met some amazing people along the way, all because of social media. So follow-up question to what Cindy said. How many of you have Facebook and actually use it consistently for your business? And what about Instagram? Do you feel like it's working for you?
Facebook does. I get a lot of business from Facebook.
Okay. So we just thought today we would, based on the amount of time that we have, like kind of figure out where you guys are at and then go from there. So I have slides put together of all the, like nitty gritty, like your bio, hashtags, how to create a caption, or we can just answer questions.
Yeah, we want to be here to answer all your questions, because social media is constantly changing. There was a huge algorithm change, 3 weeks ago now?
It's been all.
I mean, yeah, so it is something you can't learn once and then forget about it. It's changing multiple times throughout the year. So you either need to be following the right people on social media or have the context to the right people to understand, because like what the algorithm just changed to is not the algorithm we've ever seen before. So people used to think, oh, it's about how many friends and how many likes you have on there. That's not the case anymore. It changed again. And we really have been testing what we've been learning and seeing if they're actually right. Because sometimes you're like, is that true? And we've been testing it, and it actually is right. So we're going to just kind of start at the beginning to kind of also let you guys know about platforms. We were just talking about it. Is, believe it or not, you guys, there are more people clicking on TikTok right now than there is on YouTube to find out how to do things. YouTube is kind of going away.
And Google.
And Google, they're going to TikTok, and they will be also changing to Reels, just like Instagram has, and now Facebook just did Reels. So if you guys don't know how to do Reels, everything is going to Reels right now. Does everyone know what a Reel is, first of all? Is there anyone who doesn't know what a Reel is? Okay, so a Reel is a very short video. It's only 60 seconds long. However, they are now making a 90-second one that you could do, and it's a short video. And the reason these are becoming so popular is our attention spans are really short. We just want to know and move on. Also, because this new caption feature, a lot of people, we are realizing, like most of us, that we wake up early in the morning or late at night and we're searching quietly on our phone, but with no sound on. These Reels are what are getting the most clicks. So Reels are the way to go. And we've tested picture Reels versus real Reels. We've done, and we've tested it all. We've got some statistics to show you it really works. And just, for a good example is they were telling us Reels were on Facebook, and we're like, what? We didn't even know, because we also found out on your computer, right? You can't do it, but on your cell phone, you can do it. So there's different ways to do it. And I was like, well, let's just try it. My very first Reel within 24 hours had 28,000 views on Facebook.
No, on TikTok,
20
on Facebook.
On Facebook, and you know,
Yeah.
Facebook, you're only allowed 5,000 viewers. So I had 28,000 people view it within the first 24 hours. So it is working on Facebook.
Wow.
And you just need to learn to do it from your phone, not your computer.
Yeah.
Is the thing. So there is tricks on things like that. So let's pull up our
I just
first.
don't want to blind you too. Here's your clip. here.
Okay.
Be prepared here about.
All right.
I was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So if you guys are not following us, you can just zap the QR code and you guys can follow us. And the thing is, you guys, what I want people to realize is we want you to copy us. This is what reels are about, is copying people. Where a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to make that. I don't want them to think you're copying it. That's actually, we want you to copy it. Our algorithms change the more you guys copy and do our stuff and repost it and remake it. So don't ever think you're stealing something. You're supposed to. That's the whole purpose of this. And that's why we like it, because you don't have to think of anything. Someone's already done it. You just copy it and do it yourself.
There we
So
go.
Yeah, no overthinking.
no overthinking at all.
Right.
Okay.
Everyone got that?
It's not working?
I got it.
Okay.
It's working.
Okay.
Gotta zoom it.
Yeah, just do at Monica Larson and at Cindy Silva Realtor.
Did you zoom in on the one that worked for me?
We can put this up at the end.
Yeah. I can post it on Facebook page.
Follow me. Follow you back.
I was, what do I press? to-
Just to the right, I believe. You got a pointer right here.
Using it, so.
Well, here, I'll do it.
All right, you want me to do this part?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about our bio. The bio of your Instagram is like the very first thing that somebody is gonna see, right? When they come to your page. So you wanna make sure that it's like your storefront, right? If you were a store. So you wanna make sure that it's set up so people know exactly what you do and who you are and who you help. So the very first thing that you wanna think about is your username, and that's your at whatever at the top. You want to make sure that it includes your name in it and that it's searchable, right? If someone's going to search for you specifically, you want to make sure that you're going to come up. So if your username is something really vague, I don't know, like fanboy456, like you're not going to come up in a search, right? So make sure that that is your name. Something searchable. Your photo should be a photo of your face up close and personal, and not a logo.
And not your animal. I see a lot of
Yes.
people that have their dogs and cats. as
It's
their
you.
face. Don't do that.
It's you. Your name. So your name is different than your username, right? So you can see the arrow there. You want to make sure that this is also a searchable area in your bio. So the username and your name. So on your name, you want to have your name, right? And then what do you do? So it should be like, it should include your industry and it should include where you're located. So Cindy's says, Cindy Silva, Rockland Realtor, right? Super simple, because that's something that somebody would search.
And it could be just like, that's Valerie. She's Roseville Realtor, Valerie Roseville Realtor. So make it very simple that anyone searching in your area could find you easily.
Okay, and then the meat and potatoes of your bio should include like who you help, how you help them, and maybe something fun about you, something more personal that someone might connect with. Your website should be there as well. This is the only clickable place on Instagram, the only clickable link that you have on Instagram. If you put one in your caption in a post, no one can click on it and no one will copy and paste it and go look. So make sure that you really utilize this space in, the best way possible.
So for a lot of people who are probably like me, like you're, when you first do Instagram, because I haven't been doing it that long, it's all click the link in my bio. I'll go, "Okay, so that-
Yeah.
That's what it means, guys. I didn't know for a long time.
I didn't either. I first did
I
Instagram.
was like, why does everyone keep saying that? Like, I can't, you just put it, well, because you can't click anywhere but in your bio.
Exactly. And then insights. This is new here. It used to say insights, now it says professional dashboard. And we'll talk about that on the next page a little bit more. But then your highlights. Highlights are super important. Do you all have highlights set up on your page? It's like, this is whenever I go to look for somebody to hire for some reason, this is where I go. I go to their bio and I start going through all of their highlights because I want to see like what they've been doing, how, like what people are saying, get to know them a little bit, see if we would click. That's the first place I go. So I would highly, highly suggest that you get those set up right away. And I put some examples there of what you should, have. I also have in my bio.
Hold on, are those just other clips?
So your highlights come from your stories. So your stories last 24 hours, but you can add them to your highlights, which then they would be their highlights for as long as you keep them there.
So you don't add regular posts there, just the
Correct.
stories.
How do you highlight something?
So you hold down on your highlight. So you two different ways. You can either from your story, say add to highlight, and then it will ask you what highlight you want to add it to, or you can hold down on one of the highlights and say edit, highlight, and anything, it'll show all your past stories that you've had, and you can go through and say like add these to my highlights.
Perfect.
Oh, so even when you add a new highlight, it'll go to stories that aren't there anymore and you can add it to it?
Say that again.
Are you?
Expired.
Yeah.
If it's expired, yeah, it's always going to be there in your archives.
Oh.
So you can go edit your highlight and select those stories that have already expired if you want to add them to a highlight.
That's cool.
I was
Yeah,
good to know.
right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it either, guys. I just got highlights. Don't worry. Just worry about them all.
So like, for example, reviews. If you have reviews and you post a story about a review, freaking highlight it
Exactly.
and go back and highlight it.
Yeah.
And what she's really taught me is really cool too, because sometimes people, they're like, yeah, we know you're a realtor, stop it, So these are really good, like, if you enjoy wine tasting or boating or martial arts or time with your kids, like make these buttons down here, because like she said, these are what true like social media experts are looking through, which I had all my blank because I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know it's from the story.
If you need help with this, actually, if you go to the link in my bio, I have a whole like freebie that you can grab how to set up your bio and your highlights. So you guys want to grab that. Okay, so we can head to the next slide.
All right.
You got it?
So your page is the Monica Larson.
Yes, yeah. Monica Larson was taken, so.
Hey,
Monica.
It's because you're the one.
Question number one, just in case you need a one-on-one session, set up your social media, get leads, how much do you charge per hour?
We'll go over all that at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that till the end.
Okay, so insights. There's two different types of insights on Instagram, and this Cindy wanted to talk about this because this was something she didn't know about, so
Yes.
this might be helpful.
So, insights, I actually question is, does anyone not know what insights are? Okay, so most of you do. Okay, so this is a little button that you could push that actually says insights, and it tells you the history, all the data of that post. So you can see we hit the insight buttons.
So this is for your page, that's for a post.
Okay, so that's the page. So now we can see in the last 30 days, did my post go up or down? How many people engaged? How many followers did I gain in the last 30 days? That's what goes there. And you could choose like 30 days, 60 days to kind of figure out, okay, is it working? Now, sometimes with social media, there is no answers to things, guys, why some things work and some don't. We often go, oh, we don't know. Like it just happens. And then this is what I've kind of become obsessed with is this insight. So this is the insight after you post a video. So this I can click on, and so this was one that I did. And what these all mean. So I'm just going to explain what all these mean. Make sure I'm saying right.
Yeah.
So this is saying how many views right here. So I had 27,681 views on that post. I'm literally in my pajamas with covering my face, drinking a coffee, and some reason 7,000 people wanted to click on that. I had 400.
440 people loved it.
Yeah, 440 people loved it, okay? Which is great. And you have
Job, Drew.
yeah. And the crazy part is when we had Instagram, I just, it's not something I've done for a long time like Facebook. Like I only have 1,400 followers. So considering 440 liked it and that many people viewed it, it's awesome. This is comments. How many people left comments? So that's just like Facebook. This one is really powerful. This is shares. So remember I said we want you to share it. 132 people shared my silly video of me with no makeup on in my pajamas. Okay. And then 40 people saved it because they want to make that video. So when you like something, you guys, you save it, and we know that you save it. And does it still come up like it was made by me? So you get the, like before it was like, when you made it, it was like Cindy Silva, this was Cindy Silva's video and they remade it. Did they, I don't think they're doing that anymore, huh? I don't
I
think
think the sound says original, original when.
Oh,
original
okay,
song
okay,
says something.
okay,
Yeah.
so.
Your name will come there.
And so if you have a business Facebook page, you could push it from Instagram business page to Facebook business page. And it will let you know how many people liked it from the Facebook to Instagram post as well. So this, and then it gives you the total. So between Facebook and Instagram, my two business page, actually 28,617 people viewed it. So let you know, now Facebook doesn't give you the option to let, does it? To let you know all the insight, it's only Instagram. So Instagram is really how you're going to control your Facebook and your Instagram. Any questions about these little things? Because I didn't know what they were for a long time still. Any questions about those? Yes.
I can't really answer this is for everyone else. It has to be a business profile, too, right?
Yes.
You can't have like a personal Instagram, none of the correct.
Correct. Correct.
Would you recommend business or personal?
So right now they are saying you should just have business pages. Facebook is different. That algorithm just changed. So Instagram business only. And big tip secret that I actually heard from Molly Teens is if you guys are wondering, like I wasn't like, why do these people all have really cool music? That slide that, let me go back. Can I go back one? So where Monica has social media agency, you guys, right there, see in the gray? Category. If you turn that to entrepreneur, it opens up all the music and Instagram. So you should all be entrepreneurs. Don't put social media. It's a little secret.
Or you can change it to a creator account, which will, there's really no difference between business and a creator account, and it'll do the same thing.
Yes.
Where do you go to change? Okay, where?
So in your bios, right, that one right up there.
Yeah.
That if you change to entrepreneur, and then when you go back, you'll realize everyone is an entrepreneur in it because it opens up the music. Why? I don't know. But that allows you to get all songs that are on.
I did change mine. I don't know if you do this, but I got annoyed with the, like, if you post it on Facebook, because mine's a business one, I believe. And then it was set up so it was posted to my business page, but really I needed things posting to my personal page because on Instagram, you know, you do both business and personal. And so it was really annoying. It's just easier. I don't know what you do, but it's easier for me if I have the Instagram feeds directly to my personal Facebook page and then the business stuff that's truly just business, then my assistant just puts that on the business Facebook page. Because otherwise it was like all my personal stuff on Instagram would automatically go to my Facebook business page and then I have to go do it. Was just a pain.
So there's just a button that you click that says either post or not post on your business page. So it's very easy, you guys. We set it up that automatically, but like she was saying, I'm not going to post a picture of me like on the boat in a bikini on my business page. Heck no, like
you might know more business.
So I want this at every social media class, I feel like, because I have a personal page and a business page. And I honestly, if you can't handle me at my personal, you know, I just feel like you should keep it separate. What is your take on that? Just you personally?
Well, I always feel like you should have a little bit of personal in your business because people are there to connect and build relationships. If you're only posting about your business, it's really, really challenging. And we actually had this conversation the other day. It's really challenging to engage and connect on all real estate content. Like I was telling her, like for me personally, obviously my ideal clients are you guys, right?
Sorry.
And and if I'm going to make a point to like engage with you and you know, to build that relationship, it's really, really challenging when it's all like listed, like tips of the day, sold, like, and it's just very challenging. So when you create, I might be going off on a tangent, sorry. When you're creating your content, you kind of want to think about like, okay, would I engage with this? If I was not in real estate, would I want to engage with this? So you got to really think about that and have some intention behind each post.
And that was something I didn't think about it. She brought it up the other day. She sends me a post and it's pending. It says pending, in contract pending with an address. She's all, what are you supposed to comment? I'm like, never thought about that. Like, there's literally nothing to comment about. You're like, you're just bragging about yourself. Great. There's nothing like, no one can, maybe say good job and give them a heart, but like, we need you to respond to things to get your algorithms up. The hearts aren't doing it anymore. There's no engagement. So think about that. And it's nice, hearing it from the outside because we're just so used to that's what we do. Well, that's not doing any good for you guys right now. And one big thing that we learned about, should I go into like how you show up on the real?
Sure.
And so, talking about kind of relating to you is you need to show up on your social media how you really are. You need to, I made a hashtag, I'll say, you gotta be real in your reels, okay? Because what's happening is, you'll see a lot of people that they are, dressed up in a suit here's a great example. Like they always say they should be able to see you in a grocery store and recognize you from your reels.
Yeah.
So if you're always in a suit, in all your videos and you walk around in your Lululemons and your sports bra normally, people probably aren't going to recognize you. So you need to be real, and you need to be professional. Once again, if you remember, we are still business people. You shouldn't be dancing around in little teeny outfits. And I mean, unless you want that kind of fine, but we need. Why do you have to judge Barry? I mean, you are doing it, Barry.
I'm picturing myself in Lululemon.
Now we all are.
You might break the algorithm.
And one thing, you guys, about reels too, my rule of thumb always is shoot it once and don't watch it, just post it. Because you will redo it over and over and over again. And the more real you are and the more you mess up, actually people like it. Like Darcy and I with our Humble Hustlers, the ones we get to view is when we totally screw up and we just start busting up. Like everyone's like, that was the favorite part when you messed up.
The one
So-
with the paddle boat with the geese, and we all started laughing.
Yeah, it's just so, be real. Like I even look at some of them and I'm like, oh my God, I should have washed my hair that day. Like I got like a bald spot showing. I'm like, Monica didn't tell me that, but I'm like, whatever, it's real, right? Y'all don't like that. They look beautiful in the morning. So, make sure that you show yourself in the right content and that you're real. It's okay to be in a t-shirt talking about real estate because people actually, really relate to that. But once again, keep the clothes where most stuff is covered. I've noticed lately some people's realtors' clothes are getting smaller. It's just not professional, you guys. And it's going to make the rest of us look bad, honestly.
I think this husband's in trouble. My daughter's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, these are all realtors. There's no recruit here. Let's go.
Yeah, right, John.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah, we kind of talked about the algorithm a little bit. 2022 has been like crazy with the Instagram algorithm. Everybody is upset that it's going all video and no longer is going to be a photo sharing app, right? Did you all hear that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we might as well just roll with it, right? Because that's the way it's going to be, whether we like it or not. But the algorithm is simply like a set of, and I got this from Hootsuite, a set of rules that rank content on the platform, deciding what content shows up and what order on all Instagram users' feed. The Explore page, the Reels feed, hashtag pages, etc. It analyzes all your data and that's posted to the platform. That's really all it is, right? So it basically, Instagram is going to gather all of the information based on how you spend your time on Instagram. If you're watching a lot of puppy videos or realtors in short, like, not right, clothing, that's what it's gonna show you more of that because Instagram thinks, oh, that's what you want to see, so we're gonna show you more of that, right? That happened to me. My daughter was watching all these dog videos on Instagram, and all of a sudden, it's all that's in my feed, and I'm like, they're cute and all, but that's not what I want to be looking at, right? So just be careful what you are watching all the time. When you it also happens when you engage with somebody, right? So somebody comments on your posts or in your stories, Instagram goes, oh, they probably are friends. So we're going to show that person more of their content. So now you're going to see them a lot more in your feed, the more that you engage and the more you comment. And that's what you want, right? You want that because you want to start building the relationship with that person if that's what you want, right? So it's really, really important to engage because it's telling the algorithm that you want to be friends with this person, right? So engagement is really, really important.
And so what it's doing now, you guys, is so before, we could post pictures. Now you're not really going to get any algorithms very much for pictures. But what they're doing is they're taking your content. So now what you're wording in your post is more important than it ever has, because anyone else who's typing any words that could be in your description is going to connect you to them. So where before the algorithm was done about how many friends you have, how many likes, it's not that anymore. It's your wording. It's connecting the word with everyone all over the internet and connecting you to them. So that is not, this is something different. So now you guys, your content of what you type is really more important than anything right now, because that's how you're going to get more people drawn to your page. Any questions about algorithms? Because I know that gets kind of confusing.
I have one question
Yes.
about if you're doing a TikTok video and then you share in the Insta reel, which is you can do it the reel or story, and then it automatically goes to your Facebook if you have it interconnected. So is it okay to do that, like the TikTok sharing on the Insta or Facebook and going to Facebook?
They are two different companies, two different platforms. So Instagram does not want to see TikTok symbols, on
Yeah, because
their.
it's in the video on the
Yes.
side, yeah.
There's a thing now where you can
You
download
can.
and remove the watermark,
Yes.
so.
Yes.
So just make sure you do that first.
So
The TikTok allows you to
Don't
make
download
better
the free
videos,
TikTok
so
videos.
it's just easy to make video on TikTok.
So yeah, TikTok will not push, if you take a TikTok and post it on your Facebook or your Instagram, it's not going to push it out.
Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook are the same company, they work together. So we've been kind of trying that too. Okay, we'll post it and see like with the watermark on it and without. There are programs you could remove the watermark, but yeah, TikTok, they don't want on Facebook or Instagram. They're not going to push that out.
But is it, so based off the algorithm, is it off hashtags or is it just purely the verbiage, the copy that you put in?
Great question.
She's getting.
Hashtags, kind of a thing of the past, guys. Remember how we used to have like 30 hashtags, and then we had to have like 17, and then went to 3. Now they are not as important. Like we're used to get algorithms from hashtags, not really anymore. They say don't go with 30. They're saying, what did they say, like 10 at the most kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that it's like, you just got to try it for yourself, and see what works good for you. You can still use 30, try 10, try 5, but it's really, yeah, I used to spend a lot of time on those, but now it's like, okay.
What about the
can you use-
caption? The caption, how important is that?
How important is writing a caption?
Caption, yeah.
The caption.
Very important.
Yes,
Okay.
we're actually.
Yeah, you don't want to, we'll talk about captions.
Should we go to the caption? Speaking of the caption.
Because, I've seen a lot of this lately where people will just post a reel and there's no
Okay.
writing about it and you're like, okay.
Unless you're a Kardashian, it doesn't work. Okay. Just saying. We have a slide on that, so we'll go back to it and the hashtags as well. Okay, this is something very interesting regarding captions. Please proofread your captions. As you all know, we were doing an EXP coke drive. I was doing a cocaine drive, obviously.
All right.
You have so many followers.
So I was giving free cocaine to kids, is what it said.
You pushed it out there. That's the weird thing.
Don't worry, it was not posted.
Literally,
This was not
we
posted.
both read it probably like 3 times, that we're just kind of reading it. And then I send this to her and I'm like, oh my God, I'm offering cocaine to kids for free. So yes, there is a caption button. They highly recommend everything have captions right now. But please read the captions or you could be selling cocaine to children.
You're giving it away.
I mean, I was giving it away for free. It was, you know, it was a
You should
charity.
really teach them they have to pay for everything.
Right, I mean, I was bad parenting right there. So then, let's see, what was,
I
yeah,
believe hashtags are, oh, maybe not.
wait, hashtags might be, I think one more over, keep going, let's go back, one more. Oh, wait,
there,
oh,
go
go
back.
back.
Sorry, guys.
Shoot, I had these things in the wrong order.
So-
This is not it either.
So how much time are you spending a week on social?
Great question. So, like I said before, I was spending approximately 2 hours a day. Now I spend 1 hour every 2 weeks with Monica. So that freed
And
up
then
that much
Monica is
time.
taking care of the rest of this.
Monica's taking, pretty much, we go through, we just share back and forth all week, things that we think is really funny. And then when we get together every 2 weeks, we shoot videos for 1 hour, and that's 2 weeks worth of content. I have ideas in my head and I just spin them at her and then she makes it all happen and puts it all together. So it's really great because I don't have to worry about the verbiage, all the key words or anything like that. All the content, the call to action, because you know everything needs a call to action. That's sometimes really hard when you're like, how do you have a call to action for this? She always figures it out one way or another. This is going to the hashtags, you guys. Chelsea, when we went to Chelsea Pete's, she was saying, you know, same thing, hashtags aren't that great, but these are hashtags as realtors you should be using. If you're wondering like, hey, I've got a listing in Loomis, you know, what should my hashtag be? Loomis Homes, Loomis Life, Downtown Loomis, Loomis Homes for Sale. So these are the most popular hashtags for realtors right now. And that is going to bring the most buyers to your site with these hashtags. They weren't even studied, I guess.
You're just running them, ultimately, traffic always ends at your website.
Or it could be anything. You know, the main goal is that when anyone, by your social media, when anyone thinks of real estate, they're thinking of you. And a perfect example is I love meditating and all that crazy stuff. And so I met this girl through social media. And come to find out, she lives in Rockland. I had no idea where she was from. She's actually from Rockland. Because of social media, I recommended a tree trimmer to her. I just recommended a maid service. Now, the great thing is not, you know, obviously I'm not selling her house, but the thing is she thought of me when it came to houses. And you do close houses from people. I closed one that down the street from Johnny and Valerie, was an Instagram follower. Never met him till the day I went to my listing appointment and sold his house. So, I mean, it does work. And that's the only relationship we had was through social media. So it definitely does work. And you want them just to think of you, you know, that they might buy and sell at one time, but now that they're thinking of you, they're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their family, like, hey, you know, Cindy's helped me give me a tree trimmer and a maid service. Maybe you should interview her. You know, she's helped me. They want to throw you a bone back. So that's, you know, something to think of is always when people are asking you questions, help them because they're going to remember that. And it could be a simple thing as, do you know a tree trimmer? You know, as easy as that. So
Are you guys ultimately trying to bring people off of social media and utilizing a CRM, you know, for a database, or are you kind of utilizing social media as your database?
So social media is, my goal is to get them into the office and get a presentation to them. I don't want to get them to a CRM or anything like that because their CRM is I'm not a huge thing of, I don't like when people like, here's a dryer sheet, you could clean your windows with it. Like, that's lame. Nobody wants that stuff. Just email it to them. So they're getting more stuff from my site, and the goal is just to get them to meet them in person. Sometimes it could just be a cup of coffee, but building that personal relationship versus building a client, because once they're your friends, they're going to be your client.
Cool.
Good
So,
question.
and you alluded to it earlier with the Instagram person, but you know, you're spending, you know, before you were spending 25% of your time on social media. Do you think it's giving you the results? I mean, you're doing it a lot. And I think part of that, though, I've seen your stuff, you love doing it. So part of that is like, I do a lot of stuff that I love doing that might not necessarily be the most profitable. Do you feel that you're able to track this back to transactions on a regular basis?
100%. Since I started social media, I've never not closed at least a minimum of one deal a year due to social media followers. Never met them before. So I do think it's really important. And what they're saying, it's also important just so they know your face.
Right.
That when they see you, they might just see you in a grocery store and ask you a question. It's really getting your, not only is it for business, but it's, you're promoting yourself, and that people recognize you. And when they think, you just want to kind of keep them at the top of your mind is really the purpose of it. So, but, and as you do more of it, like PCAR just asked me to do it, teach a class at PCAR on this. So, the more you just start doing it and having fun with it, people will recognize it. I mean, it's very rare for me. Like if I go to any, especially real estate event, that someone doesn't come up and say, "I love your videos. Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're cracking me up the other day."
Should fan mail.
I did. I got fan mail last week. Someone wrote me a letter about how much they love my reels. Someone in our industry never met them before. But yeah, I mean, once again, it's just being recognized. So people think of you when it comes to real estate, or they're like, "Oh, she looks so fun," because they feel if you're real, they get to know you. So like a lot of clients, like, oh, they know I like wine, they know I like boating, they know, I like doing things like that. So we already kind of have that common interest. So it makes it not as odd when you meet people, because you can also stalk them. I mean, I stalk all clients before I meet them on social media, so I can know about them. Do they have kids? Where do they live? Do they play sports? All that kind of stuff. I mean, you all should be doing that, stalking all your clients before you go meet them on social media.
And they're doing that to you too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
This might be a dumb question, but where it says try these on the hashtags, is that being generic on purpose, or did you put the
Yes.
city instead of city, put Roseville?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it would be hashtag Roseville Homes.
Okay.
Barry, I want to make a comment to your comment. So, and I'm not as good as Cindy is on Instagram. I have always tracked my business off of Facebook. And since I started tracking, I have always received, or I should say closed, 18 to 23% of my transactions have come from Facebook. So I stay top of mind no matter what I'm doing. It's a big deal to stay top of mind and not just, like Cindy said, talk about just listed, just sold, price reduction. It's a teach and reach thing. You got to bring value in order for people to remember you and keep you top of mind.
I track mine too, but off of Facebook, on Instagram, and
Yeah,
it's
Facebook.
normally 25 to 30% off of either I was already previously recommended to them on Facebook, or they found me on Facebook. One time I got a listing, and then the next door neighbor used me too, because they said they searched in Good Neighbors of Roseville, and I was like the most talked about realtor. I'm like, okay, I don't think that was true, but that's what they said. So just being on there, I think helps.
Your question?
So I've been seeing some complaints on Facebook, especially about community standards. Have you seen changes in this? And
Don't say you're kidnapping your children.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things going on there. People do weird things, right? They're gonna take your photos, they're gonna create fake accounts. It's happened to me before, I think it happened to you. And no matter how much you report it, like they say, oh, well, that doesn't go outside of our guidelines or whatever. But is that what you mean?
so like I had a friend of mine who said, was responding to a post and said, what a great picture, I'm gonna steal this. And then Facebook said, this goes against our community standards.
Oh.
You literally
And then-
can't
yeah.
say anything anymore because they have the stupid AI thing. I said I was kidnapping my children. I'm not kidding. I was like, I'm gonna go to school early and kidnap my children. I've been married for 25 years. If someone else wants them, by all means, you kidnap them. No, but literally, Facebook restricted my account for 30 days. I tried getting a hold of a human being to be like, are you serious? They're my own children. I was using like a slang version of like, I'm picking them up early. You really think I'm saying on
No
Facebook I'm
warning,
kidnapping?
no warning at all?
Nope, just
No.
you said kidnap, you were done. I was talking to another officer and made a comment and said, hey, will you kick my husband to Venmo you for something my husband was buying? Got in trouble for that because I said the word kick.
Yeah, you're.
No, I'm not kidding. Apparently I'm a very violent person. And I kidnap babies, which is apparently why I have.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just think with AI, it's not people, if they have AI and they have, they consider what was like violent or whatever, that are bullying type terms, and they will literally straight away go, "Nah, nah." So one, always, like when they say, hey, do you agree with it or whatever, even if it is something you said, like, nope, don't agree with that. For me, I didn't want to be a liar, and I was like, yep, said I was gonna kidnap my kid, and they blocked my kid. I'm like, are you serious? And there was no person, like, I tried so many different ways, and there was no getting around it. So you just have to be very cautious with your words.
Especially Facebook. Facebook, like
Yeah.
you cuss, you're off for 30 days. You can't, but they will shut your account down for 30 days.
Oh, is that
You
what
could
they're
throw
doing now?
F-bombs on Instagram all day and they don't really care.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yep.
I was actually worried when I posted about our caption thing saying the word cocaine. I was a little worried that they would say, cocaine for free to kids. I thought I would, I was a little worried to post that, so I thought that, right?
That's okay, just don't kidnap them.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You can tell drivers.
Free cocaine is cool, just don't kidnap them.
And here's the thing too, I always, with Facebook, with the groups, I always post, if it's something great, the chances of when I post on community sites, I always say it's a 50-50 chance you're either gonna delete it or it's gonna stay. Just try. I do feel a lot of community sites is where the most negative attitudes come in. There's a lot of angry people in a lot of towns. And I just had one guy was like, you're disgusting, throw up a throw up emoji. And I was like, it had nothing, like it didn't make any sense. I think he was just going on there harassing people. We just had one, Darcy was telling us she had someone say they wanted to kill her the other day on her stuff. I mean, so you guys, and the great thing about Instagram is you could delete it. You could delete their comments.
They called her a murderer.
Yeah, and they called her a murderer.
They called her a
Yeah,
murderer.
Darcy Stratton's a murderer. Yeah, I mean, so there are negative people. Don't let them get to you. Facebook, you can't delete their comments. Instagram, you can. You just say delete, and it's gone, and no one saw it.
Wait, on Facebook, you can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Delete their comments?
Yeah.
Okay. Under your business, can you do it in personal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking,
It's your own
And
thing.
you can restrict them on Facebook from commenting.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can also, they can still be friends with you if you can't get block them.
Sorry.
Wait,
But they can see your content.
Say that again?
If you want to, like, you can't unfollow or unfriend someone, like if you. for any
Yeah, but
reason,
unless you block
but
them,
you
make it seem, sorry.
You can block them and you can also hide your content. They can be friends, but they can't see your content.
so guys, we are running up against the top of the hour.
I just
So,
wanna, can I end with one
100%.
big thing?
Yeah.
So you guys, Facebook business page no longer builds algorithms. It's your personal. This is brand new. Everything should be going on your personal Facebook page. I only used to put business on business and personal on personal. That algorithms just changed. Everything should be going on your personal page. So just keep that in mind. That is the biggest algorithm that has just
So your
changed.
Facebook page that you had made business page that needs to be gone.
No, you can keep it, but it's not building you an algorithm.
Okay.
It's not bringing people to your page anymore. It's your personal. And I know that's hard because I wish Facebook, we're all maxed out at 5,000, and Monica found a system we could go in and you could actually delete some of the people because I'm like, I don't have time to go through and delete these people. There are programs that know these people haven't commented in a year or whatever, or, something happened to them and deletes them. It's very hard. I'm hoping one day that Facebook will allow as many followers as Instagram.
Well, they
So
can
what about
follow
public
you.
figure page?
So on Facebook, you can only have 5,000 friends, but they can, more than that can follow you. Yeah.
What about the public figure?
Like on my Facebook business page, I like boosted posts. You
Mhm.
can't do that on your personal page, or is that now different?
No, you still cannot boost on it. They were saying no, your boosts might not be doing anything for you. They're saying, so pretty much they were saying in a meeting we were at, you're wasting your money.
Like if I boost my post, then like if they click on the link that goes to my KV portal, will look at the property, latest properties that posting. Again, then they are now in my CRM. So
Right.
I just wondered, can we start doing that on our personal page or no?
Not yet. There,
No, but when you're
Yeah.
doing the boost, are you doing it through KV Core?
What's that?
Are you doing the boost through
Yeah.
KV Core?
okay.
So when you do it through KV Core is the one that's then pushing it out to Facebook's feed.
Right.
So that works differently. And then you're not up against that, oh my gosh, you tried to exclude realtors, can't do that, can't do that. Like KV Core already has all that set up to where it just does it for you. So that's different.
Yes.
That's different. I would still.
Everyone should be pushing it through KV Core.
CRM,
Yeah.
No, that's different. I would
KV
do that.
Core, it's fine. It's, how you could boost and you're like, I'll spend $15 at $3 a day.
Yeah.
That's pretty much fake, you guys, right now. So you're just throwing money out there and it's not doing anything, but KV Core is a different algorithm, so you should all be doing it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question.
And you can always like map your Facebook to KV Core. And that's, yeah, so if you haven't mapped it, then it doesn't work.
Mhm. Any other questions?
Can we get a copy of these?
Yeah, we could put it up on the slides up
You
on the
can just
team
give
page.
them the link.
Yeah.
You get deleted when you use your husband saying, have a nice day, and they'll offer you the.
You know what?
That is
We
one of
were
the
worried
funniest
about
That is one of the funniest ones.
Yeah, and we see, you notice we got away with that on Instagram, Facebook, or we would not have got away with that one for sure. So unfortunately, I do like bad words, so I like to put those in my Instagram. And so people that, most people that work in the construction industry, that's where I learned it, they say language.
I just think the popular saying in my household, but after you say a bad word for the kids, my kids instantly say, that's okay, Auntie Cindy cusses more.
That's true. It's true. Question?
Yeah, how do you tell when the algorithm changes? Is there something that alerts you or?
No, it is literally
on the-
you have to, we just take every social media class that comes up. We study people. You could go online and you follow I follow social media managers all across the United States because some people might know stuff before other people do. Like Chelsea Peets, she actually you should definitely follow her. Like she actually goes into Instagram and she came back and told us this is straight from Instagram is how we all four of us learned how that was. So start following social media managers. You could if they put their bio right, like Monica said, you're going to be able to search them and just, see what they're doing. And their job is to tell you what's trending. Oh, the most important thing, I forgot to tell them how you tell if a thing's trending.
And she needs to give her price on as well.
Yes. So do you guys know, just really quick, do you know if a video, how to see how many people have made that video, right? By clicking the little square in the bottom. Do you guys know what the max of video is to be made when you should not make that video again? How many people have remade it? It's 5,000. So if that video has been made more than 5,000 times, you don't want to make that. It's not going to have a strong algorithm. So you want to find content that less than 5,000 people have made that video. That's really important too.
Do you guys know what she's talking about?
Should we picture of the phone?
It's in the lower right.
If you go to, you're looking for a sound for your reels, right? There's trending sounds. How do you know if it's trending? Well, I'm just going to pick one that I have here that I think I know is trending. Yes. So there is, can you all see this? There's by the sound on a reel, there's a little diagonal up arrow. Have you seen that? That means it's trending. So then if you click on that sound, you get a page that looks like this. And it'll tell you how many reels were made with that sound. So what Cindy is saying, if that number is really low, under 5,000, then it's a good trend to use. It's still really low. Not a lot of people have used it. It's fresh. So that's a good way to say, if it has 1.1 million, you're probably going to get lost in this, all this.
It's kind of like the little record thing that you hit on TikTok, same thing where you goes and takes you up to that page with all the people that have made it.
Exactly. Same thing. So so if you want to do something trending, that's how you know if it's trending and how many people have used it.
And it's really weird because stuff will come trending again. And we just had this example. It was a really silly post. I thought it was kind of lame. It was like my face and it's just saying words in the background because I didn't know what to do. Well, we got 2,000 views on that. Well, for some reason, it just went, I don't know what to call it. It started doing it again. I got 10,000 more views in the last 3 days on it. So 2.5 weeks later, why did 10,000 people click on it? We're only 2,000 clicked on it the day it came out. But stuff will retrend itself again, which is really exciting when it retrends itself.
It's at 15,000 views.
Okay, well, now it's up to 15,000 views. So it went from 2,000 to 15,000. One big thing for realtors too, I just want to throw out there real quick. I know we're on time, but I was posting, can we go back to the slide? Because I feel this is really important for everybody. It is the one that has going. This.
Doctor's office.
Okay, so you guys, so I was making pictures, like this is a slideshow picture with, it's just a slideshow and it has music and everything and it's getting views. Well, we were in a training and they said, everything is about self-recognition. Your photo should be on every single thing you do. So we said, okay, let's see if this lady's right. So we redid it in this one, and all we did is we literally said, let me give you a quick tour of the house. We didn't realize how big my listing was. It took forever. So it was like fast forward because we only had 60 seconds to do it. But we did it the same day, same time, and see 264 people clicked on the pictures, but we had 28,000 in one day click on the app. So do you see the difference? People don't want to look at pictures anymore. And it's just me, hi, and Monica. I mean, my mom was like, I almost threw up when I saw that video. It was so bad. I mean, it was a great video, but people want to see the videos. They don't want to see the pictures anymore. So don't be posting your pictures.
Part of that is too, is like, yeah, like Cindy was in it, like she started the video, she ended the video, so,
And it's getting them inside. All I said is, hey, do you guys want to see what a $1.25 million listing looks like? Come inside. And of course, who doesn't want to see what it looks like, right? So that's all you do is one short. I mean, that's very, and the one thing too, guys, please, which is driving me crazy, please make sure you hold your phones in the right direction. Don't hold them down here. No one wants to see your double chin. You're better to hold them up or straight forward. If you can't do that, you guys, right now today, that go on Instagram, excuse me, on Amazon, like I said, $19 for that if you're worried about, and it has levelers on them. These new lights have levelers on them. So if you're not sure if your phone is straight, once you click them into your light rings, they all have levelers on them now. So you know that everything's right. So yes, placement of phone, because they were showing statistically, if you're shooting like this, which seems to be mostly men, people won't click on it because they're kind of like, they're focusing on your double chin versus what you're saying. So placement of your phone is really important. And don't be too close either, because it's kind of creepy.
All right.
You guys have a separate, like a third party company that you use
Scheduled posts.
to sit there and do, fast forwarding videos and slowing them down or anything like that?
the only thing I use to edit videos is Instagram itself and Reels, because it's gotten pretty savvy, and then CapCut. CapCut.
And what are you using for the captions?
For captions, either one.
Oh, okay.
CapCut gave us the cocaine.
Just say.
Monica, what was it? CapCut and
CapCut and Instagram itself.
Now, does Instagram actually sit there and auto generate the?
That's a new button, yeah. And it's a new link button too, very powerful. Make sure you guys, I just yelled at my sister about it this morning. She sells beauty products. And in her story, she like, HTTP, I'm all, no one can copy and paste it in 30 seconds. There's a link button. You type in the website, they just click the link and it takes it to them. So make sure you're using links to your websites too. Or that listing, a lot of people are making it for, KB4 and things like that. But yeah, make sure you utilize and keep checking because it's surprising all the time, especially Instagram is coming up with new buttons to use. And you kind of have to mess with them to figure out what they are.
guys, hasn't this been good? Aren't they great?
Yeah.
People, let's hear the price. Then we all agree that you're fantastic.
Yes.
No, it's just-
Well, you can go to my website. It's monicalarson.com, MONIKALARSON.com. And more than welcome to set up a chat with me. You can do that through my website or Instagram. We can talk, I do social media management. I do just strategy sessions, just reel sessions.
I don't know.
It's kind of, yeah, it might just take a minute.
But all of our packages are on there.
Do we have a cell number?
Yes. Monica, you want to give them your cell phone number?
707-718-6776.
And that's why I liked her too, because I found out she was 707, and I'm from 707. So we are.
We grew up in the same.
Yeah, same county.
I like the picture on her phone.
And we both like wine. I mean, we're from California, we like wine. But yeah,
If you go to work with me, yeah.
she has all the different packages and everything.
There you go.
So if you're wondering what the package that I do, this is the one that I do. Right here, I do the $800 a month, which to me, my 2 hours I was spending every day, I would lose more than $800 in what I was spending every single day. And there's a lot of, I was talking with Steve and we figured out there's a lot of things we were paying too much money on where you could compensate and got better return by just hiring the social media manager to do the same things, but less expensive.
Absolutely.
And it's all about, consistency.
And it's not just giving up your Instagram, like here, take it. Like, I want to make sure that your personality and your voice is in there. So we communicate a lot together. So it's not just like, you're just going to give it up and you have no idea what's going on,
Yes.
So, I mean, you're mainly focused this on Instagram.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes, because reels are what is taking over everything. Reels is gonna go across every platform, so we all need to learn to do stuff in 60 seconds. That's all it is. We have 60 seconds. 60.
So if that's the case, then are you able to integrate into your packages Facebook and TikTok and maybe YouTube Shorts as well?
I do Facebook and Instagram right now.
Okay.
I mean, I just haven't had time to dabble in those others. If it's already set up and ready to go, like you already have it set up, then it's something easy that I can just do, then yeah.
Like I don't TikTok. I have an account, but my kids set it up. I don't even know what's on there. But that's how I started Instagram too. It was my friend's daughter who was like, this is so embarrassing. You're a realtor and you don't have Instagram. I'm all, I don't even know how to set it up. I had a 17-year-old set it up for me and started doing my posts for me. So, and I haven't been doing Instagram, that long. So it's very easy if you get the right people in front of you to teach you. The problem is finding out that knowledge is not so easy. And what you thought you learned by the time you master it, it's probably changed again.
If you is it the case you remember say you following more people so that you get more follow backs, or is it not the case?
I mean, not really.
Not really.
No, I mean,
It doesn't
follow,
back.
it doesn't, I mean, it could, but a lot of people will do that just because.
Well, I see
But
a lot of people have say 2,000 followers, they're following 3,000 people and then they only have 700 followers or something. So it's just not translating to dollars.
Well, so
Well, because you can buy followers too.
you don't want to
Or just don't do that.
You don't
want to do that.
you don't want to follow I don't know how true this is,
I
right?
wonder if there's a faux pas in the algorithm there.
Yeah, so it used to be, and it could still be, I don't think people really talk about it anymore because whatever. But it used to be that if you're following more people than follow you,
Yeah.
then that's not a good thing. So
Right.
you want to keep your follower, who you're following, count lower.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure
Yeah.
people are following them. Like I just looked at someone in our industries, their social media, they had 10,000 followers. But when you go on and see how many people viewed their videos, 100 people.
Yeah.
So you have 10,000 followers and 100 people, and I only have 14 and 28,000 follow
Right.
content.
Right.
Content.
So then what's your best suggestion to gain more followers without buying followers and
Engage.
Engage.
And yeah, because now they're even the words you're typing back on them, they're taking that as the algorithm.
Mm.
So yeah, and I mean, just like Alexa, they're stalking you. Like the other day, someone said something about was that ice sculpturing or whatever, and I would said it, and then all of a sudden, my Instagram for the past 2 days have been all that ice sculpting stuff. I'm like, oh man, but yeah, it's really the content now. They're following your words more than ever before.
Reels are for reach.
Okay.
And followers.
Okay.
I mean, that is going to give you way more reach than a regular post.
Okay.
So, and it lasts forever.
Mhm.
Like the reel we posted our first 2-3 weeks ago is still growing, it's still getting a ton of views. So if you want more followers, consistency, engagement, reels, all of that.
And stories. I want you to be doing 3 to 5 stories a day. And it could be a day.
Every
A day. If you want your algorithms to be up, you need 3 to 5 stories a day. One of the things that we said, I thought was very interesting in the class we just took, is people I'm so tired of looking at people's burritos. Why are they posting a burrito and their story? And then she explained it. She goes, okay, so I saw this picture of a burrito. And I started having a conversation with her because I was like, oh my God, I love that restaurant. Which burrito did you get? Oh my God, have you tried their margaritas? And so It is because everybody is looking for something else to engage on. Your burrito might not mean something to someone, but someone else, it might be their favorite restaurant, and they're gonna comment back. So they're saying if you have nothing to post, like that's why people are like, here's my dog, here's my burrito. Someone is gonna connect on it.
Okay, so Facebook is 3 to 5 stories a day.
And Instagram,
Oh,
both are
but
3 to
you
5.
can feed your Instagram story to Facebook, so you're just
Yeah.
posting it in one place and it goes both,
Mhm.
or should.
And here's a better question, or not.
Last one, then we gotta get out of the
Yeah.
room.
Do you post Instagram and then have that feed to Facebook or vice versa, or does it not happen?
It only feeds business to business, and then you gotta put it on your personal.
Unless you have a creator account on Instagram, it'll be to your personal.
Oh, maybe that's what I did. I'm like, I don't know, somehow my personal Instagram,
Yeah.
because it was driving me crazy. So I can't remember how we did it. It might have been my, all I know is it works out right now.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. I know we ran a little bit longer. Than we got some value out of this. Yeah. Yeah, let's do some reels.
Everyone make real, and everyone might be commenting
We'll
on
make
today.
reels.
No. Super easy, you can switch back and forth.
Bye online. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Hope you got some value out of this.
I'm like, you were
Take care, all.